The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
Coming up tonight, why have police reservists not been paid since December? It's the all-important question tonight, as the Police Staff Association is now asking that officers who worked during COVID are still awaiting pay. BTH wants to know how come. Also tonight, does the PLP deserve a second term in office? Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper says yes. Do you agree? That's the question for you tonight. Also coming up, get ready for Inland Revenue's two-day seminar starting tomorrow. You don't want to miss it if you're getting started in business or perhaps in business already and seeking some additional information that will keep you successful. It's all straight ahead for you tonight. This is Beyond the Headlines. Good evening. I'm Shanique Miller. It's great to have you along this evening. Well, tonight we begin with the Police Staff Association. Tonight, why are officers still awaiting pay since 2021? You will remember all of 2020 and part of 2021, police officers were among the essential workers category who were required to report for duty as the country was in lockdown and allowed out only on a restricted basis. Officers were tasked with providing critical security services while manning extended lockdown periods, which resulted in beefed up police presence at various checkpoints. In a letter to the Office of the Prime Minister on March 4th, the Police Staff Association made the request that their officers be paid. Finally, Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Cresswell Stirrup, acknowledged receiving the letter on March 6th and said that the matter has been referred to the Ministry of Finance, which is headed by Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, Philip Davis. Also, the Ministries of National Security and Labour and the Public Service. Now, attempts to get more information from the Staff Association's Executive Chairman, Ricardo Walks, were unsuccessful, but Eyewitness News hopes to get his response on this developing matter in a later newscast. And that is where we start this evening. You heard me talk about the police reservists. We'll get to that in just a moment because we want to separate the two to give it just attention. But what is happening where police officers are finding it very difficult to be paid? The police reservists, a couple spoke with me over the weekend talking about how straining it is to be back financially, to have put the hours in, to report to work and on duty and clocking in and sometimes performing at the level that the permanently engaged officers perform, and yet they cannot be paid. I'm going to bring in the Hot Topics panelists this evening. Welcome to the show, Ellington Ferguson and Garth Rosborough. Gentlemen, good evening to both of you. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. It's good to have you here.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Shanique. Good evening, Bahamas. Certainly, it's a pleasure to be here once again.
Gentlemen, this is something, we see what's happening on our streets. I think one of the groups of people you don't want to vex or have marginalized in any way are police officers. I mean, they put their lives on the line. They go and they perform at levels that many of us won't even want to imagine. Why do you suppose that somehow pay is being withheld from these officers? Now, when I spoke about this a few weeks ago, we were told that, listen, they are not, first of all, they're lying. They don't necessarily report to work as they are purporting to, and they have other people sign in for them, and yet, of course, they await pay at the end of the month. And so therefore, because that's happening, there is some sort of process that's going on to determine who actually is showing up to work and who's not. This is what we were told. I want to say that just over on Friday, in fact, Minister of National Security, Wayne Monroe, was on my colleague's show, Rodney Munker, where this was addressed. This was, in fact, the hot topic where it was addressed. And he said that just sort of paraphrasing, that the Commissioner of Police has an open door policy and that those officers should go and speak with her. He said that if there's a problem with pay, the supervisor should be able to tell them when it is going to be paid, meaning their outstanding payments. He also said reserves are not on a monthly pay schedule like active officers. Well, do they know this? That they are paid based on a timesheet, and that timesheet has to be verified, approved, and submitted. Are those officers aware? Gentlemen, your thoughts. Okay, if reserve officers are not on the same time schedule, pay schedule as regular police officers, but yet they are, shouldn't something change when this law was perhaps first implemented? Because these officers, as they tell it, go out there and work just as hard. They go out there on the front line fighting crime like any other officer. In fact, perhaps even more, as I am led to believe.
Well, it sounds like a very deep internal matter. I'm hearing various variables at play here. I do understand in terms of human resources that the reservists are not paid scheduled as regular officers are paid. That would be correct. As to who signs in for who and does the job, that's internal. That's an investigation that needs to take place. If there's anyone, however, that does their job, that has followed proper procedure, that has reported to their supervisory staff, and is waiting and requesting pay on good grounds, I would dare say that, they are deserving of their pay, and the government needs to address this as quickly as possible.
Shanique, there appears to be a lot of ducking and dodging and passing the buck here. This is most unfortunate for those honorable men and women that goes out there and protect us as many times when we are asleep and all kind of stuff is taking place on our streets. And we know how hard those officers work during our COVID time. It's unfortunate that they have to go through this. And you're talking about their pay is not like we are regular police officers. I mean, what is it? What is it supposed to be? Are they paid weekly? Are they paid bi-weekly? Are they paid monthly? In this case, are they paid every 3 years, it appears to be?
No.
This is nonsense, man.
Well, see, you blame me for kind of just sort of lumping it in one because...
They're paid as they do their job.
So you're talking about the reserve now, reservists.
Yes, if you're called in and you report to work, let's say you report to work first thing tomorrow morning, someone is going to receive you and they're going to record that you're present at work. Mm-hmm. That report, that signature goes to the supervisory staff, goes to human resources, and of course, you're paid based on the amount of hours that is recorded. If there's something muddying the water, then there has to be an investigation and your pay is going to be delayed. I'm not blaming the reservists here, but you definitely cannot blame the institution of the police force. There is a proper way of doing things, and if there's anything that's clouding the judgment on who's paid and when, I say an investigation has to happen.
Well, the investigation obviously is happening, but you cannot punish the innocent for the guilty, or at least communicate, say something to these people. Many of these people, this is their only source of income.
Yes, and it goes back to training, Shanique Miller. If you are a reservist, then you should know how to get paid. I don't go on any job. I did a job this morning removing bees. I went on that job this morning knowing how I was going to be paid. If you're a reservist, you're a disciplined staff member. You know when you report to work, I'm reporting to Shanique Miller. Shanique Miller's going to let Human Resources know that Garth Roseborough came in. He worked from 8 until 12 o'clock. That is documented. That's a legal document. It's documented. It goes to Human Resources, and of course, I should be paid. Now, if you've not gotten paid based on your submittal of your work hours, then you have a legal case, and you have every right to fight the institution.
Shanique, for me, I don't buy any of that stuff, because do we have a scenario where all of the reservists...
We don't know.
It's unlikely that all of the reservists...
It's possible.
...are not doing something, are not doing their work, not showing up to work. That's improbable to say that, okay? So if we have 1, 2, 3, a few reservists or however many that have some discrepancies with whether they work actually to work or what did they do,
then they should be
then
singled
deal
out
with that
and dealt with.
Okay, but to have a blanket across where all of the reservists are complaining that they are not being paid is unacceptable.
I'll tell you,
I will not accept it.
it's now seems to be an issue around the nation. Well, obviously, just before airtime, you gentlemen heard me on the phone. Just before airtime, a strange number called me. Where from? Eleuthera. Who? A police reserve. And they said, can you kindly address this because they've been waiting on payment since December. This is, I don't, listen, if it take you all this time to investigate that, then Jesus, how much it take you to investigate any crime that's committed?
So let me ask this question then, Shanique, even though you're the host that asked the question, are they prepared to stand together and make a case?
No, they're not.
And if they're not prepared to stand together and make a case, then what are you complaining about? I'm not on the side of the institution, but I'm simply saying you people, when you have an issue, you as a Bahamian citizen who are employed by our government, you have to stand together. If you're not prepared to stand together, you get absolutely no pity for me, Shanique Miller. I feel that Bahamian people need to stand for what is their rights. I agree with Ellington. I say, you know what? If you've been robbed, go ahead and make right by it. But don't tell us that you're being robbed and you're not prepared to do what it takes to be paid. And I'm so sad for you. Everyone needs to be paid. Everyone has bills. Cost of living is high. It's impossible if you're not being paid to survive. I am with you on that. So now make a stand. If it really hurts, then you got to go ahead and heal your pain.
I mean, it's unfortunate for our police officers that goes out there and fight crime and then have to come back and fight for their pay.
It is unfortunate. Let's talk about the first thing. The police officers, whether they be reservists or fully engaged officers, are still awaiting pay for a very,
overtime and so forth.
A very
COVID.
tough time in the world. We knew that was what that was like. Very traumatic, very stressful time. We're speaking now of COVID. And they had to work and be out of their homes and on the front lines and exposed and all the rest of it. While we tried our best to be distanced in our homes, they had to be out there. They are still waiting to be paid.
Wow.
What is that about?
I mean, how long does it take you to sort out payment? Where does these papers have to go? To Zurich?
I believe the Davos.
And who are you putting the blame on, Ellington?
How long?
Who are you putting the blame? I want Ellington to tell me.
Officers should not have to fight to get their pay.
Oh, you can dilly-dally around the question. And then who?
Out there, and they should not have to be fighting for this.
Who are you blaming, Ellington?
I am blaming the institution of the Royal Bahamas Police Force that is responsible to put these officers' money through and make sure it goes to their account.
But you have a Minister of National Security, correct? And you have a government in place, right?
There's an administrative process, administrative part.
Why can't you just say the government? Why don't you just blame the government?
That is responsible for this.
Why can't you just say the government?
I am talking to the administration of the police force. In the report that Shanique read, someone said that they sent it to the office of the Prime Minister.
Well, that's true. So yeah, they said here's the process. It has the police force. First of all, the supervisor must do his or her job.
Yes.
After that, the commissioner must do her job.
Yes.
After that, then send it to whether it's finance, national security, public service, labor, all of that is where it should go. What's
my question to all of that now, is this report just being sent to the office of the Prime Minister? Or if this report have been sent a long time ago, what has the Ministry of Finance been doing with the people's money? If this have just been sent, and somebody in the administration of the Royal Bahamas Police Force need to go home because obviously they are not deserving of the pay that they're getting to do the work that they should be doing. There's nowhere in the world that these officers should have not been paid.
I absolutely agree. This here is so discouraging, disheartening, and shocking to see that this is what's happening in our primary law enforcement agency. Where you expect it to be efficient and where these men and women who perhaps should even be paid more, but certainly what they are owed now should have been in their bank accounts already because you need them with some level of peace of mind. They don't need to be stressed and thinking about the bill collector calling, but on there with a gun in their hand, out there to somebody getting vexed.
And then what happens, Shanique, when you put officers out there, you make them susceptible to all kinds of other things because they have needs. And so the right thing is presented to them. That's why corruption, that's the beginning of corruption.
Oh, that's an excuse for corruption?
It's not an excuse, but it's an open door for an officer whose children home is hungry, whose bills need to be paid. It creates an open door. And
so
that is something that we definitely do not want to create.
The clear situation is that there are rules, there are laws put in place, there are guidelines, and if you follow the guidelines, then the government should be the first people to step in and save the situation.
Sometimes they're the ones not following the law.
I'll tell you this. Certainly the government and whichever agency or agencies is responsible must get on top of this.
Yeah.
There's no way that your police officers, however many they may be, are out there angry. Many of them are calling in sick, I am told, are staying home, are refusing to go into work. All of this is happening because the officers are vexed.
It's inexcusable.
How do you have a vexed police force? How do you have that? Like, what's really happening there? I mean, does there need to be a magnifying glass put on the Royal Bahamas Police Force? What is really happening there?
Well, like I said, they have to make a stand. It's only them that can make the difference.
We have a new commissioner in place, and I'm hoping that this commissioner is going out there to look out for these officers and back for these officers. Okay, we can't leave these officers hanging bare like that. Come on, man. We got to do better than this. And I expect to hear from the commissioner on this issue to make sure that these officers are compensated for the work that they have done, that they have rendered to this country, putting their lives on the line.
Every night, every day, working multiple hours
Absolutely.
out there, facing the criminal element. We see what's happening. We see the police reports. We see the media notices in terms of from the Royal Bahamas Police Force about any number of things that's happening. Certainly, one of them should not be that the officers themselves are getting fleeced. Mm-hmm. They should not be denied what's owed to them. I tell you, you know what peace of mind is? Being paid for what you work for. That's peace of mind. Understand that. Listen, let's move along. You all have perhaps seen the video connected to this story. A $5,000 reward is being offered tonight for anyone who can come forward with viable information on persons spreading false claims against a local restaurant, Bahama Grill. For the first time, the owner of Bahama Grill, Eric Gibson Jr., has sat down for a one-on-one interview with Eyewitness News after reports circulated online claiming the food at the business establishment was linked to questionable deaths. Mm-hmm. Shutting down all of the alleged claims, noting the long-standing staple restaurant within the community is taking them seriously. He says actions against the fraudulent claims are forthcoming. Gibson Jr. explained that while business operations have taken a hit due to the recent claims, his team is seeking to correct the wrong done to his business.
$5,000. We're seeking every legal avenue and remedy that's available to us. We've reported it to the police. We've basically spoken with our attorneys, and we've now realized that we need the public's assistance in helping us to identify and flush out the persons behind this and putting them before the courts and having them prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Make sure that they understand the seriousness and gravity behind it. So we wanted to be the first to put a reward out for any information that's going to give us some closure, basically help us to put those persons before the court and successfully prosecute them. Well, any claims like this is going to affect business, obviously. We are no different. I mean, the claims like this was going to put a lot of doubt in people's mind. So when these things go out there, some people will look at it and they'll be able to look at it right away and say, no, I don't believe it. Other persons look at it and say, I'm not sure. And then some people just gravitate towards it and just join the bandwagon. So our duty is just to put the facts and let persons make an informed decision. We haven't had beef ribs on our menu for over 4 years. There was an escalation in price and a shortage in actually getting short ribs. There was the prices went through the roof, and there was a difficulty getting beef ribs. We discontinued beef rib on our menu for over 4 years now. And here it is, this video purporting to be from Bahama Grill with beef ribs.
So completely false?
Completely false. We don't know where it's coming from, you see? And that's why I don't want to give legs to this and have them either affirm or deny what I say. I just want to be able to be factual. Because, you start those types of stuff and they say, they start nitpicking at what was being said and all that stuff. But I don't even know why. I can't think of it. And it doesn't, nothing clicks to me as to why someone would want to do this. I have no idea. As a Grundle employee, as somebody that have a beef to grind, I really don't know. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you that, I saw for a quick minute some information last week. In fact, someone brought it to my attention, and that is just very stunning. And I don't know if it's mischief. I don't know if it's a restaurant war. I don't know what's going on. But if these claims are false, as Gibson Jr. is saying that they are, then, I mean, obviously someone is intended on causing the Bahama Grill some loss of business. The video gaining the attention of thousands circulated last week, reportedly showing a person who purchased food from the restaurant, and that person with the camera zoomed in, showing maggots in the food. Eyewitness News asked Gibson about that specifically, and you heard what he said. Like he has no idea about it. He is not aware of that. He's now offering an award. Gentlemen, is this a restaurant war? I mean, he is saying that all of those allegations and everything all of those things are false. But it's really interesting to see how that sort of just took place last week, and now good for him. He's speaking out tonight.
I like where your mind is, Shanique. It is possible that it could be a restaurant war. It could also be possible, though, that it could also be a disgruntled former employee that wants to get back at the establishment. It could be even as deep as just a land deal where someone is just interested in the land itself in terms of a future investment. There's so many variables in this particular story, but the unfortunate thing, as you have underlined while that was being played, is that this is just simple mischief. This particular individual who's responsible for this is really not fair at all. To go ahead and put something like that forward to the public, this is something that can never be taken back. There are so many people that are just gullible. There's so many people who are very finicky about their food. I'm very, very picky about my food. I've eaten that establishment before. I like their food. That particular situation would not stop me from patronizing this particular restaurant. But once again, there are people who will never, ever see themselves sitting at a table at Bahama Grill. And I would just simply say to the person that is responsible at this particular time, it would be very kind of you to just desist. I know you may have some issues, but you need to go ahead and resolve those issues with management. But this is not necessary, and this could actually lead to some criminal prosecution for something such as this.
Well, that's if they can even find the individual. But yeah, absolutely. We wanted to get to tonight. I'll have to look at it tomorrow night. The PLP says, listen, hey, y'all, we need a second term. Come on now, let's just work with us.
I can't wait to talk with this.
Let's work with us because we need a second term. Justin, 1 second, guys. 1 second, one word. The PLP saying, Deputy Prime Minister Cooper says, give us a second term. Your thoughts? Quick.
Well, I think based on the Deputy Prime Minister's put a good motion forward, outlining a lot of the things they have done. Like I said earlier on the same show, that the opposition should not wait.
Yes.
And obviously, Cooper is showing them that we got it together.
So you need another term. But the people have so many needs that you have not yet met. You want another term. You want another piece of steak, but we haven't gotten the first piece of steak as the people yet. We need our steak first, then we can talk about you and your next term.
With a little steak sauce on it, by the way.
Yeah.
This is Beyond the Headlines. Gentlemen, I thank you both very much. This is Beyond the Headlines. We're going to take a break and come back with much more after this.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Call now to get more of the care you need.
What? You don't know what TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation?
You mean the Ministry of Tourism?
No, that ain't the same thing, buddy. The Tourism Development Corporation helps develop and grow behemoth businesses in the tourism industry. You hear what I say, buddy?
Oh, yeah.
Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things they do?
What does do?
Wait, check the website, boy.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
Who are the boss for dancer?
International events and production, Alive, Bahamas Air, Everybody Wins Live, and Field of Vibes Bahamas Weekend presents
the Evolution Concert on Saturday, March 29th at Clifford Park, featuring Vibes Cartel and Friends.
Bahamas, Nassau, where you see Saturday the 29th of March.
It's one of the biggest events to hit the shores of Nassau, Bahamas.
Get ready for Addy the Teacher, the Dancehall King, aka the World Boss, Vibes Cartel.
Real bad man, no muggle in a shot.
Log into our official airline Bahamas Air for travel specials. It gets better. We're also giving away a brand new Cybertruck.
And up to $50,000 in cash and prizes at the concert. Compliments of Everybody Wins Live.
Log into our website, feelthevibesweekend.com.
For tickets, tables, skyboxes, and more info.
Visit Ticket Flair or email intlevents242@gmail.com.
WhatsApp or call 1242-808-2369.
I remember Cartel go did it.
Rejuvenate, refresh, treat yourself. Immerse yourself in total comfort. Pamper yourself. After all, you're worth it. Relax. Rid yourself of all life's stresses. At Baja Retreat Anti-Aging Spa, you will find everything you need to enhance your body and spirit. Call today at 323-6711 and begin your journey to serenity at Baja Retreat Anti-Aging Spa.
You work hard to provide for and protect the ones you love. However, life can present unexpected challenges. Who you call in times of need matters. Insurance Management is a Bahamian-owned company that has been serving our community for over 40 years, offering a wide range of coverage for all of your personal, professional, and commercial needs. When life happens, rest easy knowing that our skilled and experienced agents are there for you in your time of need, so that you can get back to what matters most. Insurance Management. Nobody does it better.
If you enjoy watching Beyond the Headlines, take advantage of our exclusive offers with 4 15-minute interview segments at $1,200 and 20 30-second TV ads at $2,000. Contact 557-0258 or 557-0259 for more information. Go beyond with Beyond the Headlines.
This segment of Beyond the Headlines is brought to you by EV Motors. Drive the future with brand new 2024 electric vehicles. EV Motors, powering your journey.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's good to have you tuned in this evening. Well, starting tomorrow, the Ministry of Finance's Inland Revenue Division will be hosting a 2-day seminar, and it's geared towards you. It's geared towards empowering you and getting your business started, sort of firming up your idea, and also if you're already in business, so that you are better able to make that business work for you with all of the tips and tricks and strategies necessary for operating a business successfully in the Bahamas in 2025. Joining me this evening is Beaumont Todd. He is the Manager of Communications and Training at Inland Revenue. Good evening to you. Welcome. It's good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back. I am excited about this symposium. Okay, we've been planning for this at least for the last 2 months or so, and we have at least over 20 different agencies and companies along with our department that's actually going to be there. And this is a combination of a number of government agencies, including the National Insurance Board. We have the Tourism Development Corporation that came on, so they'll be a part of it as well. We have Customs that's going to be there for persons as well, the Ministry of Works. So, as well as a number of private financial institutions, as well as, I am so excited about this because I want persons to come to this and get the opportunity and chance.
And here's why you should be there. You all know what it is to have to go to NIB. Then have NIB tell you need to go to this place. First of all, the multiple divisions in NIB that you have to try and navigate through. All of this will be present
in one place
and accounted for in one place.
And the idea behind this is, at the end of the day, If you have an idea or if you're coming for your business license, and I've been encouraging persons before you get to us to go online to our website, inlandrevenue.finance.gov.bs, to just start the process with your trade name. Because once you start that, by the time you get there, it'll make the process even easier. But if you can't and you still need help, we're still there to assist you. But we want persons to be able to get in, get all the documentation they need by going on to the website, and when they're finished, then hopefully by the time they walk out, once everything is on it, they'll have their business license.
Well, that
to
is
start
super right there, because I want you to talk about like what's, so you're saying in order to walk out tomorrow, Wednesday, with your business license and also some amazing ideas, person should go and try register their business name.
So I'll say it like this. So you have a home-based business, Shanique, and you want to sell books. I'll use books for example. You would go online to inlandrevenue.finance.gov.bs. Start the process by applying and putting your trade name in. You'll need your passport, and if you don't have your passport, either your voter's card and your birth certificate would be the other documents that you can take to start the process. When you get to us tomorrow at the stadium, then the opportunity would be for you at the end of the day to make sure that you're able to then get your trade name sorted out. Then, of course, you know you need national insurance because you have to take the trade name to go to national insurance to get your certificate from there. They're going to be on the grounds. So basically, you'll be able to get that email to you. Once that's done, then we'll still have persons in place to help you through the consolidated form, because depending on the type of business that you actually do, one of the other agencies there would be the ones to basically assist you. So guess what? You don't even have to wait, because the agencies will be there to be able to speed the process up for you once you have all of your documentation. So what I'm encouraging persons to do is go online to our website, look at the type of business that you're interested in starting, and make sure at the end of the day you have all of the documents you need. And I said this a little bit earlier. Even if you don't get everything finalized, start the process, because then it'll be a whole lot easier for you to get the questions you need answered. And just like you say, gas ain't easy to come by nowadays. So instead of you having to go to this agency, try to call on this phone, the person will be right in place to be able to answer your questions.
That alone is worth the cost of entry. And guess what the entry is? Zero.
Oh, VAT free too. I gotta show that. I gotta show that VAT free.
Zero and no VAT. That's what the entry is. No, but it's free. It's free to everyone who wants. But listen, this is important, because we remember some months ago there was a whole big ruckus about, listen, hold up. In order for me to get this business license renewed, I've got to show some proof of like real property tax and the VAT filing and inland. Describe all of that was happening. You said participants can get help with their real property tax, of course the business license, the VAT filing, and all of those other little things, particularly I guess for a business on a certain threshold, for them to be able to successfully walk out the door Tuesday or Wednesday.
So this is the wonderful thing. I keep telling persons this is our 10th-year anniversary. So the department is determined to educate persons as much as possible to make the entire compliance process easy. So just like how we had inside the Mall of Maritime, we're going to have a number of our different departments there, including our real property tax department, our VAT stamp department, persons from our first home department. We're also going to have persons from our short-term and condo department, our VAT filing and general processing department. So regardless of what aspect of the process, not just for the business license, if you need assistance with your real property tax, we'll have persons in place that can assist you, answer the questions that you need. If you need something for VAT filing, we have persons that can assist you with that. The idea is, look, even if you're not coming for your business license at the end of the day, but you need some assistance with some other area for the Department of Inland Revenue, somebody from there will be able to assist you to at least get the process started, get your questions answered. We want persons to actually come and pass through at the end of the day. So even if you have questions outside of business license and any of those other areas, we're inviting persons to please come through. Take the opportunity while everybody is in one place to answer your questions. And even if you can't get a final solution right there and then, you can at least get the assistance to put you in the right direction that you need
with the right people.
The right
so you
people
know
to
who
help
it is,
you to
because
get
you
the
all know if
process.
you go there by yourself, and I'm talking to the various agencies, you know what a maze that is. So, and I don't say a maze in terms of having to work your way through and navigate to find these people. But on Tuesday and Wednesday at the baseball stadium, all of this is going to be available for you. This is really, really awesome. You know, people have kind of said that you all at Inland Revenue is perhaps the most efficiently run, and I don't want to get in problems, so I guess you would listen to this. I can see, look at here, you can say nothing to this. But just here, you all know last week he was quite impressive. Tonight, this is amazing again, which you're coming to say, listen, you all, this is for your benefit. Come, help us help you. And so you've gained a reputation then of really being a very efficiently operated and run agency.
Okay. And I just want to add into this at the same time, you know, I've said this before and I'll say it again. It's not just about the compliance aspect of it, because that is absolutely important. It's also the fact that we want these businesses to succeed and to grow. Because at the end of the day, a business that succeeds and grows has the potential, yes, become a VAT registered, but then they are contributing to their families, they're contributing to the community, they're contributing to the country's growth as a whole. Which is why it's so important to me having the Tourism Development Corporation to be a part of it as well, because one of our main industry movers is tourism. So persons that have some aspect that they are in tourism, I encourage them to also come out to get the questions answered for what they may actually need. Over the course of the next 2 days, what we have put together is not just a matter of you coming and getting the business license. We have persons that are going to be from the media and the marketing area, including Verizon Media, Alive, BTC.
So what is the intention there to have this marketing advice available at the seminar?
Marketing advice as well as marketing products, because at the end of the day, even if you start your business and you get your business license, okay, how do I let people know about my business? And a lot of times I don't think persons understand just how important marketing is to their business, but it isn't just, okay, I'm going to take my dollars and throw it there. What is the strategy I need for the type of product I have to reach the audience? So you're going to get that type of advice as well, because we're going to have the different presenters from the different agencies make presentations throughout the course of the next 2 days. And we keep the Family Island persons in mind as well. So we are going to actually be streaming those things
that's really good.
On our DIR Bahamas YouTube channel. So even if you're not physically
So you're going to be streaming for the next 2 days as well?
So we're going to be streaming the different sessions when presenters are actually being made. We'll probably take breaks in between and do little highlights, but definitely when the sessions are going on, because we want persons to get this information.
Repeat that YouTube channel information
The
again.
YouTube channel is DIR Bahamas. That's our YouTube, as well as all of our social media channels with Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we want persons to be successful. So along with the media, we also have persons from the financial area, whether it's you coming to the banks and trying to figure
out. Well, I want to talk about that because it's even more than that. I've never heard people, because you know they always say, don't go borrow money. Mm-hmm. But in this instance, Inland Revenue is saying, no, borrow money to build wealth. That's how you borrow money. So that is the reason many of the financial institutions will also be on property.
I look at it like this. A lot of times we only know how to just jump into debt without understanding how to use and manage debt. Because it isn't just us building credit. Because businesses all around the world use the financial institutions to help manage their businesses.
They do.
A lot of problems is when it comes to managing your finances, we just try to figure it out for ourselves instead of going to the people who are in business to do it, to help us learn how do I take this road so I not just build credit, I build good debt. That helps me to build my reputation with my business. So when I want to grow and expand, then guess what? I can go to somewhere like the SBDC, or I can go to some investors and say, this is my track record. These are my bank records. This is how I've been doing my stuff. I've been keeping compliance with the Department of Inland Revenue, as well as keeping good track records. So when I want to grow my business, you have a good track record, and who better to go to than the people that are going to help you to build that reputation and your credit, like the financiers, the private banks, or even the investors that will tell you what they are looking for when you come to them to ask for credit or to ask them for investors, to tell you how to put together your business plan, how to strategize for what you need at the end of the day to make sure you don't just start your business and fail, but you grow your business. You grow it patiently, you grow it, take your time to build it up to where you want it to be for your dream, but then understand, guess what? We live in a world right now, we have the opportunity to be global in our business.
Yeah, we do.
And that's the one thing I'm hoping out of this, that persons' mindsets change, whereas they don't see themselves just as some small business person.
And servicing the people around them. No,
but they have the potential to understand they can be a global business.
Yeah. So then you're also going to make available information on how to get their product on the internet to service the larger audience out there, which is the globe.
And that is why we have different agencies that are also there that assist with the marketing, and they offer the products to help persons to know how to build their companies and different things. One of the companies I'm excited about, I think, is Access Working. I just want to make sure I get the name right. Whereas for a business person that's looking for an office, they provide you office spaces, even if you don't need a full office, that gives you the ability to have the look and feel of a 21st century company that has space to rent, where you can have your meetings and different things. So We are trying to make sure at the end of the day you have all of the tools that you need in one place to be successful. And guess what? Even if you're not interested in starting your business and you just need to have some questions answered, this is that time and opportunity to do so.
Yeah, really awesome. So that you have the information for when you're ready. And so everybody wins here. And so talk about time, location, and who needs to be in the room Tuesday and Wednesday.
So we are starting 10 a.m. on time, and I am serious about this. I believe in time. I told them if only one person in Rome, I will be starting at 10 a.m., but it'll be from 10 to 3 a.m., 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So persons have the opportunity to be in the space. It's going to be Tuesday and Wednesday at the National Baseball Stadium. Like I said, it's completely free. Any entrepreneurs, new business persons, someone just looking to grow their business, this is their time and their opportunity to be in the space to get the help and the assistance that they need at the end of the day to make their business successful.
And again, all of this is free of charge for you, something you'd have to pay dearly for. All these various areas and wonderful, I guess, wonderful sort of input to make your business successful, to help you be successful as a business owner. You can access this information free of charge from all the professionals who are going to be there at the seminar. This is at the National Baseball Stadium. What is it called again?
I got it right this time. It's Bahama Games Boulevard, opposite Government High. And even if you're not coming for business license and you have some other question for one of the other agencies, we just encourage you to pass through.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, that starts at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Of course, again, Wednesday morning. But you want to be able to catch all of this because oftentimes you pay well over hundreds of dollars for a seminar of this caliber. But it's free. It's free courtesy of Inland Revenue, helping you get started, helping you grow, helping you maintain that business, and even help it to get to another level in terms of revenue and visibility. And so good, awesome, awesome.
Can I throw one more thing right before we go? And so along with this, next month, for the entire month of April, we have our VAT Education Month, because along with this, we know that there's also going to be the change in the VAT rate, but also we want to assist persons in understanding how to file their VAT. So for the entire month from April 7th to May 2nd, it's completely free for our VAT training that we're going to be doing in-house as well as online.
And again, give that YouTube channel information.
YouTube channel is at DIR Bahamas for anybody that's interested in tuning in tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, you should tune in anywhere you are in the Bahamas. Thank you very much, Beaumont Todd, Manager of Communications and Training at Inland Revenue. Thank you very much. Again, that seminar is Tuesday and Wednesday at the National Baseball Stadium, free of charge. Get in the room and get started on your dream. Beyond the Headlines is back right after this.
So my name is Dr. Sophia Roll. I'm the resident artist for the Via Hamea Art House and Gallery. This is not something that I've gone to school for, if you will. I'm a professor. I recently got into art in 2015 because it was something that I always wanted to do. I saw something about fluid art, the abstract expressionism of fluid art really drew me. And so I'm always thinking now about art. I see the world through art. So that is, for me, very, very gratifying, very, very satisfying. So receiving the Women's Initiative grant really impacted the business because it allowed me to see in that I could have taken my craft, my art, outside of the gallery walls and really maximizing on some of the training, some of the skills that we learned. The advice that I would give to not only women, but anyone who's interested in starting a small business or starting a business is to just get started. You have to take the first step. And if you take the first step, you'd be amazed at how far you can continue to walk in that space.
For more information about how the SBDC can help your small business to make a big impact, give us a call at 461-7232 or visit sbdcbahamas.com.
Need a new car for your business? Well, EV Motors and the Bahamas Development Bank have some news for you.
At the Bahamas Development Bank, we are committed to promoting Bahamian businesses and entrepreneurs. With our green lending program, businesses are able to access up to 100% financing to purchase electric vehicles for commercial and fleet use. We are so excited to partner with EV Motors for this initiative to encourage and empower business owners to drive green.
If you haven't visited our dealership on Tonic Williams Starling Highway as yet, we have a wide variety of brand new EVs from some of your favorite brands like Toyota, BYD, and Mercedes-Benz. As the official distributor of Kerry Commercial Vehicles, we offer a selection of high-performance commercial EVs. Currently, you can purchase the Kerry Cargo Van and the Kerry Elephant Truck, and soon flatbeds and box trucks for all your business needs.
To access up to 100% financing to purchase an EV for your business, you'll need to provide us with a few documents: the business plan or executive summary, business license, historical financials, relevant KYC documents, and the vehicle and insurance quote.
With an interest rate of 6.75% and a repayment period of up to 8 years, you don't want to miss this fantastic opportunity.
To apply, visit our website today at bahamasdevelopmentbank.com or give us a call at 702-5700.
So you want a space, but not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
If you enjoy watching Beyond the Headlines, take advantage of our exclusive offers with 4 15-minute interview segments at $1,200 and 20 30-second TV ads at $2,000. Contact 557-0258 or 557-0259 for more information. Go beyond with Beyond the Headlines.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. Well, last week we introduced you to the Rosewood Exuma opportunity and project. In fact, this project is in full gear. The principal, the Integra Group out of Miami, has been very, very busy in the surrounding keys, making an impact in the community and helping to improve the quality of life there, while promising a tremendous opportunity in terms of employment and spin-off opportunities in terms of business for the residents of Exuma and the Exuma Keys. We're going to catch up with Felipe McLean again this evening to get more information, because I know a lot has been happening and sort of just circulating in the media about this project, about the project's intent, and also accusing the project of some harmful practices to the very valuable and well-guarded Exuma land and sea parks and all of the very vital ecosystem that surrounds the Exuma and the Exuma Keys. So we're going to catch up with him this evening again. It's good to have you join me once again. Felipe, good evening to you and welcome to Beyond the Headlines.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. For those who missed the show last week, can you first of all bring us up to date by just sort of a sentence or two about what this Rosewood Exuma project consists of, and where are you? What's the status of it?
Sure, thank you. So we're bringing the first ultra luxury brand to the Exuma. I'm sure you're familiar with Rosewood. It's a global leading brand, and now we're gonna do a project in Exuma, which is gonna be 33 keys. It's a low-density project, but with a high impact to the community. So we're very excited on it. We are in the last phase of getting our permits and our certificate of environmental clearance from the Department of Environmental Planning and Protection. And we're looking forward for this, very excited with it. And we should be hopefully doing a groundbreak in the next couple of months.
Yeah, even though you're still waiting for various approvals to be done, that's not stopped you from being very visible and active in the community, has it? Give us an idea so that people understand already the sort of corporate citizen that you are in the Exuma keys and those other keys surrounding, what you've been doing so far.
Sure. As you know, I've been going to Exuma for the last 4 years. We've been very close to the community. We've been already working with them. And yeah, last 2 weeks ago, we donated over 145 medical equipment to the Black Point Clinic. We also donated Kids Park to the Black Point School. We've been, sponsoring a lot of events, not only in Black Point, but also in Farmers Keys and in other keys. We believe that a project starts with the community first. We've been very close with the community. We understand their needs, and we're looking forward to work with them and start with them, always keeping them first. So this project, the only way that a project like this can succeed is if you have this approach, and that has been the approach that we have taken.
Now, even though you've been doing all of this, and that's amazing, it's not been smooth sailing all along. An organization called Turtle Grass has put forward a petition to stop this project. They are insisting very strongly that your project will destroy the environment. We know it's a highly protected area, a lot of the Exuma keys and mainland Exuma in the surrounding areas. Is this true? Is the project somehow a danger to the environment and the surrounding areas of Exuma that's so highly guarded?
So it is very important to respect the government agencies, respect the Bahamian government, respect, your neighbors. I think that, as you know, DEP runs a process and basically does an environmental impact assessment, and they have their guidelines. We make sure that we follow those to the teeth, right? I think that it is important not only for Mr. Coughlin, but for everyone to understand that we respect them a lot. We trust in their professionalism. And I want to be very clear that the support that we've been having from the community has been overwhelming. This is just one neighbor that I believe that has been a little bit disrespectful on the process and spreading misinformation. I mean, there are facts out there. Our project is low density. The density that we have is below the industry standards. The dredging we're doing is below the industry standards. It's mainly inland. I think that the most important thing is believe in the government agencies and also be respectful for the environmental consultants that we hire. We hired a Bahamian environmental consultant firm called Ron that people know about. We trust them, the government trusts them, and you have to be respectful and understand that they're doing their job, and DEP is doing their job as well.
So you're not circumventing DEP or any other local Bahamian or Bahamas-based environmental agencies. You are doing it the right way by working with them and have them oversee this project step by step.
Absolutely. Every development has environmental impacts, but there's ways to mitigate that. I can tell you that our project is, as I said, our dredging is below the industry standard. Our density is below the industry standard. And when you bring a brand like Rosewood, they command the highest standards, not only operationally, but as well on the sustainability efforts that you do, the environmental efforts that you do. These brands become world leaders by doing that, right? So we have the highest standards on all angles on our project, and you can be assured that our project is conscious about the environment. We believe in progress, but and we believe in our doing responsible development. So it's not only that we're doing it; we are going beyond, and we have to do it because with Rosewood, that's the way they go go beyond the norm too, and that's the reason that they win multiple awards. So I just want to assure the Bahamian people that our project is environmentally conscious, and we're going to actually go beyond with all our sustainability efforts.
Well, that's really quite assuring to hear. I want to hear your response to this, though. Another accusation levied at the Integral Group for Rosewood Exuma is that you will be dredging a large volume for your marina and will do, as a result, irreparable damage to the environment. How do you respond to that?
Again, that is completely misinformation. Most of the dredging we're doing is inland. So we basically, the amount of dredging that we have is only 3% of the total site. Is below industry standards, and that's another piece of misinformation that Mr. Coughlin has been, spreading around.
Now, Mr. Coughlin also said that he will delay the development of Turtle Grass Resort, which is his resort there in Exuma as well. He says that he will do this and will delay that development until there is a decision on the location of your supply dock. What's the issue there?
Well, he has different issues, but the reality is that, it's not up to me or to him where the service dock needs to be placed, right? DEP is reviewing where we're locating our service dock. We already compromised and moved it as far as possible from his site. The service dock is basically in a location that has absolutely, almost no seagrass. I want to mention also that for any mangrove that would be removed, we're going to be planting 3 mangroves. For every protected tree that is going to be removed, we're going to plant 3 trees. So the fact is that he has been spreading around misinformation, but the facts are the facts, and the fact is that our dredging is minimal. Our service dock is in a location that has been, suggested and it's been reviewed by them, and we just need to let the process run.
Now, we know, of course, what the Rosewood is good for. The Rosewood has a brand that is synonymous with high-end experiences and the discerning traveler and customer, which is super. To take that to Exuma obviously means a great deal. We know the level of clientele that will be attracted there. And then, of course, you are committed to bettering the community around you. You talked last week about jobs and opportunities, management opportunities that will be available to Bahamians. Is there a way so that this kind of back and forth and this row doesn't continue and this, as you say, misinformation continues to go out there, that you and the owner of Turtle Grass Resort can somehow make amends or peacefully agree to disagree, and you do your thing and he do his thing?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've been always available for him. We tried to meet more than one time. We met one time with the DPM. We had there was supposed to be a meeting with DEP as well, but unfortunately, Mr. Coughlin canceled that meeting. So, I mean, we believe being, on being good neighbors, but also we believe in respect. And I think that Mr. Coughlin needs to respect the agencies, needs to respect the community, needs to respect the Bahamian people, but I'm always available. I've shown that, and I'm willing to solve any issue that he has. But of course, first with respect and also understanding that DEP is the agency that is reviewing our EIA, and it's up to DEP to determine what is good or not good. It's not up to me or him, but as long as there's respect, I'm always available for him. He knows that, and the community knows that.
And speaking of the community, Felipe, what do you want the Bahamian people to know? What do you want the people of Exuma to know about you, about your intentions, about what Rosewood Exuma will mean for them?
I want the Bahamian people to know that this is a transformational project for the Exuma. This is a low-density project, but with a high impact. This is the first ultra-luxury brand coming to the Exuma, and the opportunities are going to be incredible, not only for the people that are going to work with us, that are going to train with us, and that they're going to build a career with us, but also, for the young entrepreneurs or different entrepreneurs to the small businesses that are going to be working with us directly or indirectly. I've seen already the growth on the Exuma Keys. I see how the community is excited. We're going to work very closely with them, and I'm sure that in 4 years we're going to have a lot of progress in the Exuma Keys, and that makes me very, very happy.
Well, I'll tell you, we're excited about it. The name speaks for itself. And to know that more Bahamians are having access to opportunities to grow and realize dreams and become business owners as a result of opportunities that will avail themselves around the project is good to know. And hopefully, you're not deterred, are you?
Sorry?
You're not deterred. You're not discouraged.
No, absolutely no. I mean, this is just an isolated issue that unfortunately we've had with Mr. Coughlin, but the community support has been overwhelming. The government is aligning the vision of bringing ultra-luxury brands. They understand the value of that. Our project, is going to command the highest standards, and I just want to reassure the Bahamian people that, of course, we're going to have, a project that is conscious about the environment and with big sustainability initiatives, and not only because we want to, but we have to, because that's the reason that these brands become the brands that they are, and that these brands win the awards that they win. So as a matter of fact, I told Rosewood on the next that the intent is to have to win the next awards with our project in Rosewood Exuma. We're going to bring the latest innovations for sustainability, for different practices, and we're very much looking forward to it.
Well, we are certainly looking forward to see how the Rosewood Exuma will shape up. We are familiar with the Rosewood brand here in New Providence, and certainly don't expect anything less in Exuma. Thank you for speaking with me here on Beyond the Headlines, Felipe. I look forward to catching up with you again, hopefully very soon when you break ground. You can come back and share that with us. But thank you so much, and hey, continue to sort of help develop and further develop one of our amazing islands there in Exuma. So thank you.
Absolutely. No, thank you. We'll keep you updated, and thank you. I'm very thankful of the Bahamian people, the Bahamian government, the community. I mean, the experience as an investor and a developer has been great, and look forward to keep working in the country for the next 7 decades. And as you know, I have a big vision for Exuma, and looking forward to do it.
We're looking forward to it as well. Thank you very much, Felipe McLean. He is the CEO of the Integra Group, of course, that's partnering with the Rosewood brand to bring about Rosewood Exuma. It's good to catch up with him again. He really shared some amazing news last week and again this evening. And so the people of Exuma, and by extension the nation, are looking forward to that development coming on stream. So thank you once again, Felipe. I also want to thank also at the top of tonight's show, my Hot Topics panelists, Ellington Ferguson and Garth Rosborough. In the middle of the show, we saw Bowman Todd talking about that seminar, that 2-day seminar that Inland Revenue is putting on at the baseball stadium. So you guys, again, remember to go and take advantage of everything that's going to be on offer. I want to thank all of you for tuning in this evening. Certainly enjoyed having you along, and I look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow evening. For the entire Beyond the Headlines team, I'm Shanique Miller. Make it a great evening, everyone.